Hello everyone, Krydax here. Welcome back to our AngelBobsOmni playthrough. So, in this episode we are going to be working on our power, finishing this up. I also need to get a radar over here, and probably some defenses, because the pollution, once we start running more things, will get closer. And there's some big biter bases up here, so eventually we're going to have to do some killing. But, for now, we are safe. I am over here to grab some tier 2 Omni tractors, and I'm going to give you back all the tier 1 Omni tractors. What are we out of here? Oh, it's just the crafting speed is glacially slow on these burner Omni tractors. And then the flog is slow because of the Omnikium gear wheels. Okay. Fair enough, fair enough. Okay, you get the Omni Flogs, and I'll take some of the Mark IIs. That's not a lot, but it should be enough for the water that we need to run our steam engines. I also finished crafting the number that I needed, which was 56 of the steam engines. Hopefully you don't get run over by a train. They're all over here. I am definitely going to get run over by a train at some point. I can't be bothered to actually, you know, create crossing zones, so I will die because of that. I'm quite certain. Okay, so we need steam engines and boilers. I should automate electric poles. That's what I should do. So let's work our way backwards. We want these to be... Now, there is an alternative way to do all of this, which would be to... Actually, yeah, that's probably about right. Because I can turn them sideways. I could make all the steam and then route that into all of these. That would be a little over... I would need 2 separate liquid lines because 28 times 60 per second would be too much steam for one pipe to handle. But 14 times 60, a pipe could handle that. That's around 800. And then just route it through a bunch of steam engines. But honestly, this method is about as dense as it gets, you know, because this is just a rectangle. And then the only issue is the power poles. I don't have tier 2 power poles, so they can't reach past, so I do need a space. Oh, wait. No, I don't. I could do that. I keep forgetting these power poles are 1 tier higher than the wooden power poles, so they do reach 3 spaces. So I can actually just do this. Which is nice, but I will want to move it 1 space up then. So I'll leave a few spaces there. So we'll do something like this. And then... where do I put the power pole for each one? So each one covers 3. So I guess I'll just copy that. That there. There we go. Okay. And then flip that around. We'll have a belt going up the middle. There we go. So that is a bunch. Oh, you know what I should do is think about how many one of these belts can handle. So back to the numbers, we are outputting up to... Oh, that's interesting. I forgot that we lose a little bit of purified omnite. So it's actually 41.67 divided by 4 is what these belts will have. And I don't know how balanced they are. Let me run them through a balancer. So these 3 are useless because I already have Like, that can just be its own belt for now, and then I'll run it through a balancer. Because I want to make sure that we don't end up with, like, too much purified omnite on one line, not enough on the other. Something like that. Okay. And I think it's okay that this isn't throughput unlimited, because we do know that all of these should be running because it's balanced on the way out. So I don't think I need to do the extra mixing piece. So I'll run that through balancer, and then we need 4 sections. 28 divided by 4 is exactly 7, which is kind of annoying. So we want to have 7 of these guys. So I can cut these, cut these. So that's 8. Huh. So I guess I'll leave this spot open. And I don't know what I'll do with it. Or maybe, new idea, maybe we'll move these up here, and then we'll leave some space on the bottom, and then we'll do the same on this side, and then that's where I can make the water. I may not have enough space, but we'll try that. And then this runs up. And we do need 2 more power poles. Like so. And then we need inserters for each one. Now the rate, they need 1.5 fuel per second, which we should be good with. Okay, perfect. And then we'll connect that up. And connect this one up. Oh, guess we can just connect diagonally. I don't like the look of that, though. That's better. Not that I generally care about looks. I'm very inconsistent with that. Sometimes I care, sometimes I don't. Okay, so this will run up. Have that go down. So I'll go as far as I can that way. This can be moved down a couple squares. There we go. I could also, because I'm not going to have room for 4 of these. 2, 3, yeah. So, new plan, yet again. We just keep going with the new plans. Actually, I don't know why this wasn't my plan from the beginning. It's much smarter. We'll just have 2 belts, and we'll go 7 on each. So let me remove that 3rd one here, or 4th one. So we'll copy this group of 3. And then go 1 further. That's better. And then we'll just do that. Flipped. And that will go here. And then we'll flip it and coincide with power poles, and then flip it. And we needed 2 spaces. 1, 2. All right. That should do it. And then, so these 2 belts of purified omnite go up here. And these 2 go over here. So currently, I can't actually provide enough omnite, can I? Well, no, we can get 52. So this should work. And I'm going to need some lamps, but first let me plunk down inserters. Okay, so we'll do a set of 3 like that, and then we have another set of 3. And then one on the end for the 7th. And we'll copy that. Can't see anything. There. Let me get some lamps going. Oh, that's not connected to power. Okay, lamp, lamp, lamp. And I don't need the 3rd one. Lamp, lamp. Yeah, that's better. I'll put that at the top. Lamp, lamp. I have to say the name of the thing I'm placing as I place it. Perfect. Okay. Right as they all turn off. Good timing. Good timing, Krydax. Can you go over, go over? I guess we don't need that one. And then lamp. Craft a bunch of lamps and lamp. So that'll be nicely lit up. And in terms of water, each of these needs 280. No, sorry, that is not right. It is 60 per. So 7 times 60 is 420. So 840 could serve both of these. So I'll need to make 2 sets of 840. And we'll see if we have enough OmniFlogs for that. But let's think about 2 sets. So we'll make 1 and then we'll copy it. I've also done some more researches, and I probably can't do any more. It's omnic acid. I should do this in anticipation though, because this gets a better ratio of omnic acid. So this is 180 out of the 12, 120 and 120. The previous recipe, is only 150. And I think the crafting time is the same on both. Yeah, so you literally are just getting more output without any extra inputs or time. So it's kind of a big deal, and I am going to use a lot of omnic acid for the salt sorting stuff. Same with OmniSledge. So we're already doing that one. So we'll upgrade all those, because that'll be helpful. But in terms of water, we've got this as upgraded as we can get it. We're up to 630 water. And then once we get blue science, we'll have a recipe that gives us only water with no waste. And that's very helpful. So this can easily provide enough water for everything, right? How much did I say? 840? Yeah, 420. 420 times 2 is 840. This can provide more than enough. So I'll just bring this down here. And then I do need a log to repurpose. I actually think I like the look of it better if it's here. It's the wrong recipe though. To repurpose that waste. Gosh, those icons are so small. This one. And that can handle up to 540. Perfect. And then finally, we just need 1 to make the Omnic water in the oh, right. Omnic waste. Why did I forget about the Omnic waste from this one? So this is where the raids get complicated. And I think this is a good example of where the matrix solver will actually be helpful. So water made from this recipe. Yep. Oh, I already added it. We need 840 times 2. And we make this from this recipe. And one of these. I hope they're in the same order. They are. Okay. And then matrix solver. Haha! It worked. And then these are all Mark II, so let's get that going. Mark II. Mark II. See? It's perfect. So I would have had a hard time doing that math on my own, but with it all looped together, we actually need 3 Omniflog Mark IIs, which is sad because it's barely over 2, but we only need 1 of each Omni tractor, but we need 3 Omniflogs. So that's good to know. So I will change this around a little bit. So 3 Omniflogs using the Omnic waste. Producing Omnic water. This will be a top-up valve. Oh, can I do that? Hold on. Advanced fluid handling. That's the mod I really want to be using. I downloaded it for this playthrough, and I'm not using it yet. Advanced fluid handling is locked behind regular fluid handling. Okay, that makes some amount of sense, I guess. I want to use these new valves. Okay, in any case, then this guy is doing this recipe, and then we are bringing the waste back around. Now, before I had the top-up valve on the waste, but let's analyze why I don't need that and convince ourselves, and hopefully you guys, that I don't actually need a top-up valve there. Because if I don't have enough water, this output will be open. And so the only other way this can get blocked is if the Omnic waste output is blocked. But if the Omnic waste output is blocked, then that means these guys can make Omnic water. And since this is a top-up valve, the Omnic water section should always be open for these guys to output, unless these guys have outputted too much without this guy using any, which I don't think that'll ever happen. And I'm only 90% convinced that it can't possibly back up. Because if these guys fill, yeah, I think it actually depends on these ratios. If this produced like more Omnic waste than Omnic water, it might actually be possible for it to back up somehow. Because like if this guy fills up the waste bucket and this guy can't put any in, and then we're out of Omnic water, then these guys would be making Omnic water. So this has to be backed up, and this has to be backed up at the same time. And I don't think that's possible, because for that to happen... Oh, that's not powered. For that to happen, these guys would have had to have already filled this up, and then this got filled up behind it. But these guys filled up the last 20%, meaning this guy couldn't get his Omnic water in. So yeah, I think we're okay. I'm 95% sure now. Okay, so now we have advanced underground piping. So we have all sorts of different things that I don't understand. Underground mini pump, 4-to-4 pipe, 4-way surface connection to 4-way underground junction, 1-to-1 forward pipe. There's all sorts of fancy stuff. But we can actually try it out, because here... So here we go. We're going to try it. I should be able to connect this to here, going that direction. And I'm really excited to see that. I think we just want... Gosh, I have no idea what all this is. We're going to have to play with that. For sure. Like, what even is this? Oh, it's not even something you build. Okay, I don't know what that is. Oh, those are just those are intermediates to build these things. Okay. So underground mini pump, that's cool. Those are the valves. So we can get rid of the Angel's valves. Low top up. Let me get rid of those. Where did they go? Here. Put those in the trash slots. Okay. And then we've got 1 to 1, 1 to 2. Perpendicular pipe. 1 surface connector to 2 inline underground connectors. Press Control R to rotate underground ports. Underground cross junction. Underground eye extension. Okay, well, I think this is what I want. I think. So we want this. Aha, and then there's a little arrow on it. It's kind of hard to see. But you can see now it's pointing left. And then we do this. I need to make more. Definitely gonna have to automate that. Yeah. So you place the pipe the way you want it to connect above ground, and then you can rotate which direction the underground connection actually goes. Now, this is going to hurt my brain when I look at it because I've never played with something like this before, so those do not look like they're connected. But it's going to allow for much more reasonable pipe spaghetti. And we deal with a lot of liquids in this mod, so I'm excited to use that. And then finally we want a top-up valve here. And can't I change... How do I change this? Let me look at the controls. It's probably in the controls. Mods. Advanced underground piping. Where are you at? Numpad plus and minus. Okay. Yeah, look at that. So what I'll do is I'll decrease this to 50, and that makes it even less likely for this to stall out, because that means there's even more space for these to dump OmniFluid in here. That is so nice. And this allows you to create, because unfortunately Angels doesn't do this by default. You have to use pumps and circuit conditions. This will allow for a priority fluid system. Like if I have 5 different sources of a fluid, I can have one of them have a top up at 40, one at 50, one at 60, one at 70, one at 80, and they'll each prioritize that way. So like the 80% one has the highest priority and will always get used first. So very nice. I am a fan. And we just need to feed a little bit of Omnite into this, which I'll do. I mean, how much Omnite are we talking? 1.5? I don't think that's going to matter if I just take it off of this. Oh, there's one problem, I guess. Shoot. I don't think this will work, but we're going to try it. I need two pumps. Where even are pumps? Aren't they in this menu? No? This one? No? Probably in some sort of Angel's Fluid menu. Is it there? There we go. We're gonna try... Wait, did I just handcraft an engine? No. That was just the... You know what? I'm gonna look something up real quick on my browser and try to remember how fast fluid can flow if it's only flowing in 2 pipes. Factorio flow rate based on pipes. Oh, okay. So number of pipes between 2 pumps. If it's 2 pipes, you can get a flow rate of up to 3,000. It's amazing how fast it drops off. We only need a flow rate of 16. Oh no, 7. What was it? 840 times 2, so 1680. So I could have up to 5 pipe sections and still have that flow rate. So this should separate out the flow properly. And so I actually can handle 3 pipes, and we'll do that. And then we can do something like this, and then we can have our pipes. Now, the thing I'm not sure about is it going to take a lot of, what's it called? UPS. And my inclination is no, I think not, because it's using... I don't know about the top-up valve. I don't know if that uses some sort of script or not, or if that's a inherent, like, Factorio thing. But I'm pretty sure this just changes the direction of the connection. So I would hope that this doesn't actually... Oh, wait, let's try that pipe extender. Hold on. So there is an underground eye extension. So what's that going to do? Oh, cool. So I don't need two, which actually will increase flow rate over long distances. Because, wow, that's so cool. I love it. And then this should be a T. 1 to 3 forward pipe. Is that right? One to two perpendicular. One surface connector to two inline underground connectors. Perpendicular. Wait. Should there be a different... I'm so confused. This is fun. One surface connector to 4 under... Don't we just want to 2 underground connectors? I think that's what we want. But it says perpendicular, which is why it's confusing me. Because we basically want this. Oh, okay. You can get inline and perpendicular. So we want the inline underground connections like that. And then I can build a couple more of these. Oh my gosh, this is so cool. I absolutely love this mod. Oh, and I'm being dumb, because I can just do this. Yep. Haha! Oh my gosh, this is so fun. I am going to need probably that one on my basic list, though. And then these don't connect, because it's too far, so we just throw one of these guys down. That's so neat. And then we need another one of these. Or no, I don't. I need a normal one. And then connect. And then this guy goes all the way to the next one. So we need a couple more. I definitely need to automate all this stuff, though. It's taking forever, too. It's a handcraft. Yeah, okay, perfect. And then this one, we need another 1 to 2 here. And that does connect, which is nice. And then we need the regular one here. Control R. Whoa, what was that? Shift T, Control T, Control T. Oh, rich text editor. So I can put that in like train station names. I could put like Omnite and then like save that and use it, and then I think I can paste that into like a train station name. But there we go. It's beautiful. And those new underground pipes will actually end up probably saving UPS because it's less pipe connections overall, right? Because instead of 2 pipes, there's only 1 here, and the less pipes, the better. So I think in the long run, that'll actually save me a lot of UPS, unless these special connections or valves somehow take extra UPS, which I doubt they do. All right, well, we've accomplished it. This is 100 megawatts, and it took almost exactly half a city block. So I'm proud of that. I'm proud of that. And then what do we do next? Gosh, we need to actually make a to-do list. So we need salt sorting bonanza. So that's what I'm calling Have I made it yet? Yeah, it's in here. That's what I'm calling this process. And we need to do this process for every single crystallology. So we unlock more as we go, but we're literally going to do it for like every type of ore. So I'll probably start with the 4 main ores. What have I unlocked so far? Let's look at that first. Crystal. I've unlocked copper, iron, lead, tin, and then I've also unlocked silicone and nickel. And how do I get those? Silicone. Unfortunately, they're not. Okay, so silicon comes from bobmonium. And what do you make out of silicon anyway? Silicone ore goes into glass, which we will need, and it goes into cement. I wonder if there's any other ways to get cement. No, you need silicon either way. So I will actually want that. And then nickel. Also, manganese is interesting. Manganese omnitic salt. So cupric is interesting. So I could make crushed ferrous mixture. And that's kind of a different, it's like a special route that gets you iron and manganese. And manganese, or if you've never done, see, it did that thing again where I hit tab and it closed my inventory. But then this was hiding underneath it. I don't totally understand what's happening there. But manganese ore goes into manganese ingots, and that gets combined with iron ingots to make more iron. But the real trick is it gets combined with steel ingots to make steel. So 1 manganese ingot is equivalent to 1 steel ingot. Whereas with iron, I think you need 4 iron ingots to make a steel ingot. So it increases your steel efficiency by a heck of a lot, is what I'm trying to say. All that being said, I want to have room for pretty much all of these, except maybe nickel. Am I going to need nickel? Okay, so watch. If I hit tab again, just closing my inventory, but then if I open it, now it's on nickel. So open inventory, select a thing. So here we go, it's on lead ore salting. I close recipe book, it's gone. Then I go to open a new thing, and now it just closes my inventory. So that is some sort of glitch that I'll have to report. Because then when I open it again, it's on the Omni catalyst, so it selected it, but it just didn't work properly. What if I just leave the window open? Okay, it does automatically go to the search bar, and it doesn't automatically bring it to front either. So there's a couple kind of, I don't know if those are glitches or just things that can't be fixed, but anyway, nickel is what I wanted to look at. Oh, happened again. So nickel is used in yellow catalyst, which I won't need for a long time. Nickel ingots, of course. Goes into molten bronze, which I will probably want, actually. You can even mix it into molten iron. I don't know why you would ever do that. It's just extra ways to use it, I guess. Nitinol, I'm not going to need for a long time. Oh, and that's an advanced bronze recipe. That's not the normal. The normal bronze recipe is this one. It's just copper and tin. In fact, I don't even know why you would really need to add in nickel. I guess it makes the ratio of copper lower, but that doesn't seem that useful. And then nickel's also used... Oh, there's not even a nickel plate, is there? I'm used to there being a nickel plate. Oh, here we go. Molten nickel. Nickel plate. What is nickel plate used in? Oh, gosh. Okay. Yep, so I don't need nickel for now. So I'm not going to worry about that one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 or 6, depending on if I do manganese. Sections. I am going to need a double wide city block, almost assuredly, to deal with all of that. Because one section will probably go all the way across the city block, and I'm going to need like 6 sections. So I think I'll make a double wide city block going down to start with. I don't want to go east because of biters. So we'll start with that. And we will need to import all sorts of things. Mostly just crushed. Oh, I guess an ore crushing. Ore crushing could be the first thing I do. Cancel, add new. Ore crushing. And then stone processing. So ore crushing and stone processing. I need a stone processing section, which I will put up here, and an ore crushing section, which I can probably do in here. I think I have enough space. I can just change this to be the same as this one. And how much, if all I'm doing is crushing the ores, how much space do I really need? I mean, ore crushers work really fast. Let's check out, let's make a few more of these. So each crusher can support, how fast? 4 per second. And we can see here to get a rate of 15 iron plates per second, which is quite a few. We only need 1.13 crushed sapphirite. And we even get copper salts as a bonus. So these recipes are disgustingly efficient. Almost too efficient, I might add. Maybe not. But it almost feels like cheating. They're so efficient. But I mean, this mod pack is hard enough in plenty of other ways. So I think, yeah, I think we will be fine. Ooh, look. It's creating a delivery. I kind of want to watch it for a second. So you'll notice it says 5002 because that's my threshold for when it creates a delivery. So we should see this guy get loaded with only 5,000. Or that's the hope anyway. And wow, there's no pollution over here. It all got absorbed. Yeah, that 2x pollution modifier really makes a big difference. I might even download, there's a mod that's like change startup map settings. I might download that and change that to like 1.5. Because I just feel like we're making a decent amount of pollution and it's just all going away. Like our pollution cloud is not even growing. And that feels a little cheaty. Although these trees are helping, to be honest. That is nice. Anyway, so we'll watch this and see what happens. But it should drive off at exactly 5,000. Or 5,002, I guess. It's technically the number. And here we go, 4.8k, 4.9k. And there it goes. Sweet. So then I'll just have to figure out when we're loading different items from the same warehouse how we're going to deal with that. Which I'm excited to deal with. But yeah, let's just get some basic ore crushing going. Well, that's actually going to be more complicated than I thought. Because there's 6 different types of ores, if I remember correctly. And right now, Givolite and Crotinium are not as available. And we're going to need Omni tractors, which I forgot to put on my inventory here. What is that? Oh, that's from the crystals. You make the ores in Omni Tractors, which is another place you can put productivity modules, I might add, which is awesome. But we can't get rubyite or bobmonium directly yet. So that's kind of annoying. We can get sapphirite and stereotype. There's also coal. Okay, so we can get crotinium and givelite and stone already. It's a really bad ratio, but we can do it. I think I'll just start. Yeah, we'll just do something basic. So we'll do enough for like 1 crusher's worth of each. We can always, you know, copy this or expand on it. So we'll start with something like this, and that's a rate of 4, which needs 2 of these. And I'm gonna leave a space just because I'm gonna need 1 billion inserters for the rate. This can probably be a couple of squares closer. And then we'll do that twice. That'll be for stereotyte. And then... where are you? Here. Stereotyte, sapphirite. And then... this is kind of messy. Do I want to do the general one? No, I probably want 2. Probably want 1 for bobmonium and 1 for rubyite, and then use some sort of circuit magic with a buffer chest. And then coal and stone, I'll just have to actively provide away. I could add in a coal-focused one, though. I should probably do that. Because we're gonna need coal. I wanna provide fuel to the network too, and things like coke and carbon. So with all of this, we're gonna need some sort of circuit magic. So these are all gonna load into here, and each one is only gonna run when a specified ore drops below a certain number. I think. Yeah. Now, coal versus crushed coal, because I'm crushing the other ores, I just want to make sure. Crushed coal goes to making coke, and that's it. Regular coal goes to making all sorts of things. So I need to provide coal, and that's it. And I'll just crush coal on site. And the nice thing is crushing coal doesn't create stone like crushing these ores. So that's nice, because the main reason I want to do the crushing here is to just get the stone out all at once. But I think I'm gonna have to do something special with this. I still don't know exactly how that's gonna work, and I'm gonna need a silo for it so I can fit more inserters around. And I might need a 4th. I don't like the look of how much it sticks up. I wish you could make it wider. I wonder if there's a mod for that. Let me know if there is. I would love to have this bar go to the left further and have more squares, you know, off to the side, rather than having 4 bars of 10. I'd rather have 3 bars of like 15, if such a thing is possible. But let me make a silo, and you can almost just directly insert into the silo. Is that a good idea? And then wire up the inserters. Or I have a bunch of inserters onto a belt, wire up the belt, inserters off the belt. Honestly, I think it's a better idea to just directly insert to the silo. I do need that space though, because the overall rate on each of these is fairly small. Should be enough for the copper and tin we need for now. Again, I can easily just copy this in another city block later to make it more advanced. But for now, the overall rate is 3. So having 2 inserters, let's see, that gives me an overall rate of over 6. You want to, because remember we have that weird issue. Well, these aren't percentage based, so this will be able to load and unload at the same time. But these guys are going to be weird with how they work, because we have the weird glitch where it, you know, if the output has any amount of input in it, what am I trying to say? I'm trying to do things while I work. If the output has any output in here, it won't load new Omnite in. And that's apparently a glitch with the percentage-based products for some reason. And that's like a Factorio thing. At least that's what I heard on the Discord. These ones are not percentage-based, and so honestly that single 4 should be fine. I can move this closer though. And then I think I actually will move the silo to here so that I can have 2. And then this one, we have 2 on this side, and then this one can have 2 like this. And then let's get a lamp up in this business. We've got belt. Bringing the Omnite. And then what else do we need? These guys placing on the same belt. Is that enough? Yeah, an output rate of 8 should handle it just fine. That'll unload it almost immediately. Okay. Copy that and copy this. Oh, I guess I could have that in the middle. It looks a little nicer. Okay, and then we want to get rid of stone first. And that'll be the case for all of these. So much crushed stone. So crushed stone to the left. Crushed stone to the left. Okay. And then I might need to finish this in another episode. I don't think we're going to have enough time to do all this today. Where did the crushers go? Right here. So then 1 crusher. That should be fine. I think. What's the rate? 4? Just to be safe and allow for faster rates of things later, we'll do 2 inserters. And let's get some power here. Okay, so far so good. That should all work. And then these will output 6. Definitely need 2 inserters for that. Why don't I have them output this way? And then I can have the crushed stone actually go to the left. And then do the same here. Okay. Am I gonna have too much stone? How much crushed stone does all this stuff make? It does make about 15, so maybe we'll need to pay attention to what sides of belts things are on. Alright, that should all be good. Crushed stones all going onto this belt to go wherever it needs to go. And I like leaving space there's a lot of empty space here. I'm okay with that because of beacons later. It'll leave me some space to put beacons. I don't want to cramp everything too close together. I do like to do that because of like the Factorissimo style thing where you're like, how small can I make all of this? But then later on when you get beacons, you're like, oh crap, now I have nowhere to put beacons. And I want productivity and everything, but then I need speed and other things. Okay, so that's all going to work fine. Except I need to actually output these two. So there's those two ores, two main ones. And these guys, we need all sorts of circuit craziness. So we'll connect each pair of inserters to the silo. And then what we need is these to run. I'm going to change this to the top. It still feels wrong. Settings, mod settings, Bob's mods per player. Dock position, top. I think is what I actually am used to. Maybe? I don't know. Now that looks weird too. Actually, is there a non-inventory based dock in the first place? No. There's no floating option. Interesting. Show inserter entity preview. What's that? I don't actually know. That doesn't seem to have changed anything. Settings, mod settings. Because it didn't change anything, I want to leave it the way it was. Yeah, anyway. Okay, back to what I was doing. These are the coal-based one. So coal less than, I don't know, let's just make it small-ish number. This one needs to be rubyite or less than 200. This one needs to be bobmonium ore. Ooh, there's a lot of different bobmoniums here. Where's the actual ore? Here. It is less than 200. Okay, let me just make sure those are all good. Sweet. Okay, so then this will have kind of a smattering of things. 4.5 crushed stone will come out of it, though. So... I think that'll be good. Make sure these are on opposite sides. And then that'll go on the belt. And those need to be crushed stone. Bing. Bing. Okay. That looks good. And then the rate on each of these is like 1-ish per second. If all of them are running, the combined rate is 1.5. So I should just be able to have one filter inserter for each ore. And that will be bobmonium, rubyite, and then lead. Or lead, coal. Coal is not here. It's probably... Who knows where coal is? I have no idea. Well, cowl is not anywhere, but coal is in petrochem refining now. Alright. So, this should produce all 5 ores and a heck of a lot of crushed stone. So, the idea I had, I was talking about active providers earlier for LTN. And there's a mod called AAI Signal Transmission that I used in space exploration that I think I'll get that just allows you to transmit circuit circuit signals across a distance without having to connect everything up with wires, which is nice. But they use big buildings that take a lot of power, so it's not, I wouldn't say it's overpowered by any means. In fact, it's probably underpowered for what I'm going to use it for. It's actually going to waste a lot of power, and I might end up just connecting up circuits with power poles anyway, because if I'm remembering correctly, the transmitter takes like 10 megawatts or something. And I might just change that in the mod files because it's mainly used for space exploration when you're transmitting signals to another planet. And I feel like since I'm transmitting signals locally, that should take less power. So I might see if I can jump into the mod files and change that to like 1 megawatt or something, or even 500 kilowatts. Anyway, all I'm trying to say is I could transmit the amount of stone that the warehouse has on a channel. And then on the other channel, wherever my stone processing plant is, I'll receive that signal and make it a request. So it's not quite the same as active providing in the sense that there's just random... Well, actually, no, it is. Because what I can do if I just have random storage somewhere of stuff that I want to get rid of, I can't, like a place that just voids everything, I can have a different channel for that. And again, when I want to transmit those signals, I can just, wherever I have stuff I want to void, I'll put it in a signal transmitter on the void channel, and it'll send that to the void receiver, and then that'll create a request for the same amount of that stuff. So that actually is, I think, a way that I can create sort of active provider functionality for the LTN train network usage. But this has become a long episode, so we'll get this all fired up and then call it a day. And how much ore does this use? 23. So what I want to do is delete this, because this is not going to be where I load things. And then delete this part, because I actually have a blueprint for this now. It's just actually unloading. Oh, shoot. You know what I need to do, though? Crap. My brain locked up. So, now we're going to get 20,000 Omnite, and we don't want it. Shoot. Well, we'll get it figured out. In any case, oh no, we do want Omnite. That's actually okay. But in general, I don't want this station to default to that. So what I'm going to do is change this unload station. Yeah, see, I do want the combinator there along with everything. I just don't want it to have anything selected. So I do need to make a new blueprint. I can't just modify the previous one. So this will be a new unload station. We'll delete that one. This will actually be unload station. And that should do it. Oh, wait, no. We gotta delete all this junk. Go away, go away, go away. Okay, one more. There we go, that looks better. Okay. And we actually ran out of inserters. Okay, sweet. That'll do it. So then that will unload Omnite to here. I probably don't need all of this. The rate right now is 23. This is 72 overall. I think I can cut this in half. Especially because by the time I need more, I'll have better inserters and better belts. So we're just going to do half. And this isn't signaled properly. There we go. Is the other one signaled properly? It is, right? Green. Yeah. It's all connected. Just gotta make sure. Oh, it feels so good to have enough power. Have enough power forever. 144 megawatts possible. Okay, so then we will finish this up in the next episode, but I wonder how close are we to having that 20,000? It's only at 10,000. It will take another minute. You know, I wonder what happens if you make a request for more than what a single train can fit. That's interesting. I should try that. Does it say something about that in the settings? LTN. I guess it's in this settings. Let's see. Request, provide, depot inactivity, finish loading. Yeah, I actually don't know what happens. Does it know how many, you know, cargo slots the trains have? Like, does this thing know? Does it have any idea that there's only 40 slots and how many Omnite can fit in 40 slots? I have no idea. So if I made an Omnite request, I'll probably test it. You know, if I made an Omnite request for 30,000, is it going to send one train to request 30,000? Or is it going to send a train to request 20,000 and then send another one to request 10? Because if it does send the one to request 30,000, that's kind of annoying because then it'll just sit there waiting for the 10 minutes until it's loaded. But once I have better loading stations, we'll be fine. And so I have fast stack inserters that will become a non-issue because it'll load everything in just, like, I don't know, 20 seconds. All right, are we close? I do want to see this get started. Yeah, we're close. 4,000 more. So then that'll come back here. We'll unload Omnite. And so we merge those. And then we merge these. And then that. Oh, wait. Hold on. These don't exist anymore. So we just can do that. And there we go. And we should see a lot of crushed stone here, which I'll just put in a chest for now. Oh, here it comes. All right. Wow, we even stopped polluting for so long that we cut off our pollution cloud. That's funny, because the trees are absorbing so much. We're also just not creating a ton of pollution right now because everything is kind of stalled out. Right. And what should I call this one? And why did it just make another delivery for 5,000? I have no earthly idea why it just made another delivery for 5,000. This doesn't even have anything output. Huh. That's interesting. Well, regardless, there's our sapphirite. There. Why is this not working? Oh, there we go. There's our steatite. And there's our bobmonium, rubyite, and coal. Sweet. It's a thing of beauty. Alright, well, we're going to call it an episode there because it's already gone too long, but we'll be able to provide all those. We'll figure out our circuit wizardry, and we'll start actually making plates in the next episode. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you all next time.